All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. Man, do I have some amazing, amazing things I need to show you guys. Let me share this out. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, y'all. I have some really cool stuff that I want to show you guys. We've been over here talking about UFOs and all this crazy stuff, and it's kind of led me into this conspiracy theory like highway that I've been on. Ivan. So there was, I want to show y'all this. There was 0135, I think. Okay, 10 years ago, you guys, there was a massive leak of 4 videos that came out and have never, ever, ever been confirmed as fake or real by our government, but this was purportedly taken by our government. And this amazing leaked footage showed up on Reddit, and then it made its way into other social media platforms. And there's one account who has did these uploads, this account, and if you even search Google for Ivan0135, you will see a lot of stuff. All of it mostly leaning to the fact that whoever this Ivan is or whoever is behind this account has possibly leaked one of 2 pieces of footage that I think personally are real. And the footage I'm going to show you, I do believe is real. And the reason why I got so excited when I seen this was because y'all know how I feel about Bob Lazar, Area 51, all that, that documentary that we've talked about, right? And I recall, I watched that documentary, right, several times, and I remember seeing a drawing. This was a couple years ago. And I remember seeing this drawing about like what the inside of the aliens' bodies looked like, and that specifically, more specifically, that they had a skin flap where their eyelids would be that was noted on this leaked material by our government. And it has like I'm going to show you the drawing actually. Actually, let me show you this. Let me show you the alien drawing. Let me show you the photo I'm talking about so you will know what I mean. This is probably a better version to show. Now, y'all know Bob Lazar, right? Hold on. Y'all remember Bob Lazar, right? I could get this, just go bigger here. Yeah. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can make this bigger. All right. There we go. Now, this was the drawing that I remembered, right? And if you look at the drawing, come on, all these damn pop-ups. If you look at the drawing, right, it talks about their eyes specifically, that their eyes are at an angle. And I can't read what this says. I've tried to make it out, but I can't. But you can see like they're talking about like there's like a something about the eye and that their neck is made out of veins and muscles, some sort of band. They have sharp shoulders, but they have no hips. Literally, they have no hips. There's a flab of skin underneath their arm, but their arms are really large, really huge. Now, I remembered that drawing, and when I seen this video, I was like, no way, no way. It just like absolutely confirmed for me. I already felt in my heart Bob was always telling the truth, but like this just like we might as well throw some concrete on it and just solidify it, okay? Now, I'm gonna show y'all this leaked video. and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, of course, I did my due diligence. Could this be CGI? Could this be any sort of like some sort of method to making films? Like they make stuff look so real, right? And CGI would really be the best thing, to try to. But here's the thing: filmmaker experts, people that are, experts in CGI, looked at this video, and you can even tell if you just look at this right here, just from someone that's a bit of a techie, just a little bit. I mean, you can even see the lines that go through, right? You can see the lines that kind of go through. That's not doctored. That's real footage. The question would be for me, not the footage, but how did they make this bean and then filmed it? Like this was filmed on, I believe it was 16 millimeter tape. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show y'all these leaked videos. If I could get this to be the right size here, it would be so amazing. Hold on, guys. All right. So the important thing to know about these documents is the person who leaked it. It requests their anonymity. I can't say the word. So if for any reason you ever find out, right, that this, you find out who, is the source, just never put it out. That's basically, um, they're asking you to please respect their privacy. All right. There were 7 videotapes between 1942 and 1969 that contain UFO incidents, recovery of life forms. And due to the importance of these documents, please maintain the leaker's identity. Now, I really, really like how they put this in here because what they're telling us is that there is more tape. This video is a sample edited fragment of videotape number 05. The tape in total duration is 180 minutes. So there, somewhere out there is a 3-hour, 4-hour tape where allegedly these beings have been recorded. Now, you're going to see who Skinny Bob is. Just look at the eyelids. Watch how it blinks. Long hands, big arms, no hips. Till I seen this and I was like, OMG, look at it blink. There's no way. And then it made total sense at that point as far as the flap of skin. Hey, T. It made total sense about the flap of skin over their eyes. I don't know if that's like their complete coverage of their eyelid. I don't know. But let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. Let's slow this sucker down, man. Just look at this. It's amazing. Hey. Yeah, Marlo, it is a really good, right? It is amazing. Now, there's also a photo that appears to have been leaked as well by this Ivan person, this same person, that seems to show there was a crash in Roswell. The one that we've all heard about, the infamous Roswell crash. And I know this seems really crazy what I'm talking about. And it's like, okay, do we really have aliens out here? Are they really like, they're saying that there is an agreement between the Greys and humankind with the US government. But I also hear that Russia has played a pretty large part in alien and UFO. Apparently, they've even captured some important life forms and stuff from what I've read. But just watch real close as this is slowed down. Watch how they blink. That you CGI and the fact you can see the lines in front of this being. I'm not worried about this. This is not fake. The only thing that could possibly be fake in this would be, if it was CGI or they created something fake and then taped it. But look when they blink. And then you see they don't even blink at the same time. The eyes don't even blink at the same time. Watch. Look at his face. Watch. Stay target right here. Long hands, man. Those are some huge hands, man. Now, wait till I show y'all this other video. Now, when somebody leaks something like this, especially when you see that they only have 4 total videos, there's nothing else on that channel. It's a, Ivan 0315 or whatever. Typically, that whatever else they release is probably most likely real. There's a reason why they did it that way. Look at that. They closed their eyelid. You see it? Watch this. This is crazy. Now watch. You're going to see the eyelid close, and then I'm going to show you an enhanced version of this. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look. Hold on. Boom. That is their eyelid. So what we seen in the drawing from back in the 80s, that drawing came out in the 80s, by the way. This video came out 10 years ago. This was leaked 10 years ago. So before the video, we had the drawings. But look at the eyelids. Little nose, little mouth. They say there's no teeth. Now, let me show you. I'm going to show you all of Ivan's videos. I thought this was really interesting. So apparently back in 1949, there was what the CIA has classified as a family vacation. My understanding is that there were there was basically some aliens that met with U.S. government officials, high-ranking government officials, and apparently there was some sort of an incident that happened between the government agents and the aliens. Apparently these aliens are not able to form words, or they're just so smart for us, they can't talk to us. They don't talk English, from my understanding, that everything's done telepathically. It's kind of weird, telepathically. I do believe in that. I mean, we've put a lot of money behind telepathic science, and haven't y'all ever been thinking about somebody? They come up in your mind, and then 5 minutes later, your phone ring, and it's the person you were just thinking about. Or you think of someone in your mind, and then 2 days later, you find out that person passed away. Stuff like that happens to me all the time. But apparently, there was some sort of an incident where these government agents were not supposed to be filming these aliens for whatever reason. We don't have a lot of detail, but 3 people ended up being killed during this meet. And I'm wondering if there's any way for any sleuthers to go back and find out who these 3 individuals were during this meeting. It would have been back in, I believe it was, let's see the date. When did this happen? It's either 1949 or 1969, one of the 2. All right, so we made contact in 1942 for the first time. A series of diplomatic visits to discuss matters of mutual concern were planned. I know this seems crazy, right? Like I'm sitting up here telling you guys that aliens have met with high-ranking government officials in our government. I know it sounds crazy. I know. Just open your mind. Open your mind. Let me show this to you in normal speed first. Under the Treaty 2304, these meetings would take place in secrecy. A limited number of special agents would escort visitors, and they would only meet high-ranking officers. According to the document 072/E, at the meeting of 1961, there was an incident involving 3 subjects due to the violation of the agreement by the officers at the military base. when they discovered that their arrival was being filmed with a hidden device without their consent. My understanding is 3 people were killed. There was some sort of disagreement, but I heard it was about the bullets that they had i- in their guns or something like that. But the whole incident, of course, has not been released. So this would have happened in 1961. So if some of the sleuthers out there by chance can kind of zone in on the fact that this happened in 1961, there were 3 government officers that were killed out there in Nevada. Don't know. I don't know which military base, but maybe we can track that down. There would have been funerals for these 3 people. Under the Treaty 2304, the meetings would be confidential and filming or taking photographs would not be allowed. But somebody managed to get some out. Now, after the incident, the treaty was revised. And I Which lends us to believe that there are still meetings taking place, right, between aliens and government officials. I know it's not much, but it may not be much, but it's everything. When you look at this footage, you can see that it's not fake footage. Just take the fact that there are anomalies, right, with every piece of video footage, right? You see these lines that are going across this footage. They go all the way across, even including in front of this beam. The footage will get blurry and then it sharpens back up. But yet, that happens not only for the empty space in the video, but even the space that is in front of the alien being. So it's not that the video is fake. There would have had to have been 3 fake aliens walking there being filmed, is what I'm saying. Let me slow it down so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Now notice how the footage gets blurry. Everything gets blurry, right? Everything. The lines, the anomalies. See those different the pixelation? See, it sharpens up. We see the bean better. It blurs the bean's blurred. So again, it's not a question of is the video footage real. This would have to be a fake bean walking, you know. But let me show you these the rest of these videos. And hey, y'all, do with it what you will. There's also a video of a craft, 2 of them actually. All right, we'll do a normal playback speed. All right. Now, this is what Ivan released a 4th video. This was all done within a 30-day span, and there's not been a hint of Ivan, his identity, nothing since May 9th, 2011, when this footage was dropped. And it's crazy to me that this hasn't even been seen a million times because people are so used to fake alien footage and fake UFO documents that it's very likely that people just skip right on past this footage, right? Um, this material is an edited compilation of the documents that we have. Your opinion and the conclusion you draw from this material do not depend on us. Maybe you are looking in the wrong direction. You are the ones who reject the material. You can tell this is not an American that wrote this. You can just tell. Even the name Ivan would probably lead to it's a Russian name, Ivan is, right? But this is supposed to be one of the aliens' hands. Look how long the fingers are. Like it literally has 1, 2, 3, 4 knuckles, like 4 individual pieces between knuckles. But there's also been talk about some aliens having 6 fingers and 6 toes. And remember, mentioned this a long time ago. There was this really, really weird book that someone sent to me one time, and it was like the types of aliens that exist. And I was just like, what? This is crazy. They got grays, they got whites, they got these type of aliens. Like they come from different planets. So this is their main motivation. And it was like over 100 different alien type species. This was a book that had come from the KGB, Russia, their secret service. And this was a classified document. It still is a classified document, but I have seen it. And it's out there online as well. It was leaked, to the world. I almost feel like Russia sort of wants America to kind of like admit to this and admit the fact that we are getting visitors from, who knows where, that UFOs are absolutely real, and that these species are, however alien they may be, are real. Like, who knows? Do they come from another part on Earth? Do they come? I mean, they say they come from Zeti Reticuli, which is supposed to be a whole nother galaxy, but I don't know. If I'm not seeing them actually flying crafts, I have no idea if the aliens are even attributed to the UFOs. We just don't know. It seems like to me, the way that these crafts seem to have the ability to have this like anti-gravity, where like instead of like allowing the engine and the exhaust to push them to their spot that they're trying to go to, they instead like warp time space or space time, and they are pulled via gravity into or to their location that they're trying to go. And it could literally be 6,000 miles away. They can get there in an instant period of time because what they have, these not automobiles, but these machines, these flying discs, it's almost like they make a circle and it goes so fast that it lifts and suspends the craft. And there was some really incredible footage dropped by Secure Team that also seems to point to that. Now, part of this footage that you're seeing, let me show it, let me just kind of slow it down, is a craft. You can definitely see a craft in the photo, but you can also see a crash. You can see an alien walking up it had no black clothes on in this particular video. But this is supposed to be where the Roswell incident occurred. And you can actually see one of those aliens who looks just like what we just seen on the other video. There's one that appears to be dead on the ground. So I've slowed this down. And for all we know, this could have been our government literally taking a photo of this craft. Maybe this craft had a problem. Maybe they made the craft crash. I don't know. We can't tell if where they're at is Roswell, right? But look, this frame is going to clear up for you, and you can see this alien head, right? It's walking up. It's like crazy. There's a whole crashed craft behind it. And then in this particular clip, you see the craft, and then you see one of the aliens. Now, they call these emerthers. I know the name seems weird. They call these emerthers, Emerthers. Okay. Now, boom, let me pause it. This is supposed to be one of the dead aliens. You can actually see. You can actually see the arms, the legs, the head. You can see it. Now, my understanding is two of these aliens were taken back to Area 51. And I don't know what the American government did with their body, but I have heard there's 9 alien bodies being held in glass cases, being preserved at, is it Andrews Air Force Base? It's one of our really secure Air Force bases. And My understanding is that one of them initially survived, but this is not the only incident in which apparently life forms have been collected. And it does. It looks just like the previous video. It's like, how can this thing has a shadow even. Again, I'm not worried about the video being fake. Like I can tell the video's not fake. Um, it's the question of is this fake? Like was this molded together with materials and things like that? But I don't think so. I don't think so. It's amazing. But we've all heard these stories, right? There's always some truth to gossip. And one of these stories, there is a video. There's a video and photos of these aliens being, oh my gosh, you could see it. Its mouth, its nose, its eyes, its head. You can see all that. It's one of the yeah. You can tell that this particular alien does not look alive, does it? So remember they had the whole autopsy and they were asked like, okay, well, is this autopsy real? Right? Is it real? Is it possible that this is really real? That now my understanding is that um the people that did this, they said that part of it was fake, but then a document got leaked out about 2 years ago from these, I believe it was like the 50s or 60s, one of the two, that seemed to confirm that the footage of this alien autopsy was actually real. For some reason, they don't want us to know that. So it's like a disinformation type of thing, It's kind of like one of the big things that Russia does, right? To get out of like acknowledging something, they will literally drop a disinformation campaign on you. Um, and so when I was looking at this, I was really looking at this. You can tell in the actual footage that dropped, you can actually tell that it looks dead. It looks dead. It's the way that the eyes look. You know how when something dies, right? When something dies, it has that look of death in its eyes, like if you've ever been around someone who's passed away before, you know the look I'm talking about. And in a lot of the clips of this particular weird alien autopsy, it looks different. There appears to be like it's supposed to be the same body, but it does not look like the same body. And I've actually paused it at times where you can actually tell that the leg looked more damaged than it did, but the the eyes of these things, there's going to come a part here where you can tell, that look of death. Then I started looking for the little eyelids, but maybe we just can't see it from this angle. But maybe this isn't, maybe from what I understand, they were intermingling real clips like with fake clips. I have no idea. But then the government comes out and releases this report 2 years ago and accidentally confirmed that this footage was actually real. The government went so far as to do a fake autopsy to try to put disinformation out there. That's what I've heard. That's what I've read. And I've been researching this, and this stuff's crazy. This stuff's nuts. My mouse, come on. It's amazing. Now, what if, just open your mind, what if this is real? Do you think that us messy ass Americans would even like if you got even 5 people around something like this? Think all 5 of them are going to be able to keep that secret? They all feel like the world has a right to see this. And I feel that way too. And I've actually looked at the images on the actual images on video, and it looks just like this. Like again, many people once that doc leaked out 2 years ago, when the government all but confirmed that the alien autopsy footage was real, I was like, wow. So they went through all that to try to make something real to make us believe wasn't real, all to hide their secret, and then now we all wait on this report that's supposed to, I mean, it is a, I mean, people are nervous, right? People are so nervous for this report that's going to be released here soon, this month, to Congress regarding UFO. No, not alien, not aliens, just UFOs. And the fact that they call them UAPs, and the fact that there is a phenomena of these UFOs that exist and people do not, there's no answer. But it's getting kind of dangerous because these UFOs are flying in the way of commercial craft. They are swarming Navy boats. They're swarming areas where we have nuclear weapons. They are swarming over our military bases. There seems to be an awareness to whatever those UFOs are. And yes, I believe this footage is real. And you'll notice if you really watch this really close, you'll notice that sometimes the eyes are closed, and at other times the eyes are open. For sure, when you look at the eyes that are open, it's no question that it looks dead. Whatever it is, it could even be an animal. You know that look that people get in their eyes. um, or even animals get in their eyes when they die. It's, a death stare, as they call it. 6 toes, 6 fingers. Now, see, that's what I was trying to show you. Now, you notice in between here, these films, hold on. I heard this part of the footage was absolutely real. It even looks different than the other footage. It even looks different. But this part right here, notice how its mouth gaped open and that look in its eyes, right? Sorry, I went by too fast, but I'll include um I will include a link for you guys so if you guys can go and study this. It is absolutely amazing. Now, this is you see the eyes closed here, but just 2 seconds ago the eyes weren't closed when we were looking, right? And so I absolutely do believe they did. Look, even the mouth, look at the mouth. It's open and it looks differently opened even than this clip. You could tell these are like different video images inserting here. You can see that. Look, the mouth isn't even shaped the same 5 seconds later. I believe this part of the footage is absolutely real. Its eyes are open, but yet here we are 3 seconds later, its eyes are closed. So you have to you just have to study this, and you will be able to see the parts where you can tell that they like that. Pay attention to its mouth and its eyes. How's the alien opening and closing its eyes on this table? I believe when we see the eyes open and the mouth, it looks like a crescent moon. But if you look at some parts of this footage, it almost looks like a triangle. It's crazy. Yeah. So, especially like right here. It even has a little bit of a double chin. It's crazy, right? I wonder what if their breath smells. I don't know why I thought of that. I just think because their mouth is just like cocked wide open like that. Now, I believe these parts could very well be fake. I don't know. I don't know. But that would make sense because the filmmakers did say that they inserted, fake video, or I'm sorry, the real video in with fake video. Now, one of the things I did notice is that they cut the lens off their eyes. But again, the thing is, there's parts of this video because I've been studying it where you can see it looks like just eyelids that have been darkly colored. It looks dead, whatever the hell that is. And it's hard for even a makeup artist to 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 do that, to make the eyes look like that. It's it's crazy, right? It's insane. And you can even see, the injuries on the head. Head's huge, right? Their heads are huge. You can barely see the in ear. I don't, I'm really looking forward to. I hate the fact that, there's this back and forth going on about this video and the realness of it or whatever. That sucks. It really sucks because any real aspects to this video almost get dumbed down when people do fuck shit like that. But I encourage you all to really seriously go check this out and just, study it with your own eyes. You may see something that somebody else missed, right? And there's here are supposed to be like some imprints of their hands and stuff. And that's supposed to be like from their craft. Like there's some weird, strange writing, on their actual craft that they crashed. So it's interesting, you guys. And this is the element 115 that we've talked about. The infamous element, the radioactive element 115, Moscovian, that was recently discovered put on the periodic table. Somehow, some way, they use this element in their crafts to warp space-time gravity. Like they're warping gravity, literally. And again, it's like a car will push you, right? The engine, you got the exhaust, you're pushing out that exhaust, which is then propelling you forward. But in this case, you're being pulled, not pushed. But they've been studying. I've heard that they've got, different body parts in various, study. And these are supposed to be, writings on the side. I've never seen any writings like that. Who knows? Looks like almost like Roman numeral, doesn't it? It's really interesting. And it's like, what could that say? Who knows? Who knows? It could be like their planet. Two of those look almost like Jupiter or Saturn or something. And this looks like a triangle. But this element, apparently this craft is made out of this very lightweight element of 115, but we are unable to tap into that element on Earth. There's no natural source for this element. They've been able to somehow create this element in labs only for like 65 seconds. Its half-life, I believe, is 65 seconds. But it's through like this radioactive process. And that's more of Bob Lazar's thing. He's the physicist. But apparently, from what I heard, this particular metal is extremely lightweight and that they were able to bend it. Like you could literally put it into a ball in your hand, put it on a table, and it would go right back to its previous state. I was like, wow, that's incredible. So anyway, it's notice how the eyes look closed there, but in some shots, the eyes are definitely not closed. It's definitely not closed. So I think that to me, that is the difference between the real photos and the fake. Yeah, like hieroglyphics. Hey, J Boss, how are you? Hey, Nakai. You can see blood-like pools in a few areas. They even have blood on their gloves. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's real. Like it's crazy. It's mind-blowing. Now, if you want to see the whole 20-minute video, there's the link. And really, most importantly, I want to make sure that you have Ivan's handle so that you can get to this channel. Let's make sure you have that. And you guys can go watch these 4 leaked videos, and go see what you guys can come up with it. So just throw this out here one more time here. And then I'm gonna throw a link down here for you if I can get this thing to get a little bit bigger here. There we go. All right, there's a link to Ivan's channel for you guys. Um, keep your eyes on it. I mean, they haven't uploaded anything in 10 years. I mean, you literally see when it blinks, the eyes don't even blink together. And there's no question. This video is definitely not fake. It's like the question would be, how are they faking this? But it's mind blowing. But just know, thanks to Ivan putting in the actual length of time of these tapes, we know there's over 2 hours of this type of footage that we just have not put our eyes on. The government has not allowed us to see. It's amazing. Mm. Let me see something, Ivan. CGI. It's crazy. I wanted to see if I could find, there was this video that kind of went through a study of that particular video on whether it was real, is it CGI? They literally studied it. And they were like, even CGI is not this good. Even CGI is just not that good. So y'all have fun with that. Have fun with that. I'm going to get up off of here for now. I just wanted to show this to you guys, as we prepare for the government to release this information about these crafts. And I want to say thank you to whoever Ivan is for leaking this, because we have a right to know about anything going on in our universe. Our government doesn't have a right to keep this from us. There's no, UFOs have been talked about for so many years. I really, really believe that they can bring this subject up and bring this topic out, and people, I really don't feel like people are going to panic. I think they're going to have to do something, right? Because these UFOs sure are coming in higher numbers. They ain't stopping anytime soon. So they have to do something. They have to. But anyway, y'all, I'm out. Y'all have a really, really good evening. I will catch y'all next time.